Welcome to episode, oh Lord, I think it's 53. Is it 53? Anyway, doesn't matter. Anyway, thank you for joining me for another episode of Live with the Glitter Practitioner. That's me, Dr. Nupi. For those of you who don't know me, I am absolutely boiling, is what I want to say, really. I am a general practitioner, a GP in the UK, which is family physician. And I'm also a transformation and spiritual life coach. I am a soon-to-be published author, and I love nothing more in whatever role that I'm doing, be it as a doctor, as a coach, or a mentor, is really raising awareness of somebody's whole self-health needs, mind, body, and soul. What they are, so learning how to recognize these needs, how to keep them in balance, and also how to keep them topped up. So recognize, rebalance, and replenish. And when you are in alignment with your needs, owning them, protecting them, that's when you can really, you can do whatever you want, basically. And it is magical. It truly is. This is, I'm living proof of this, as are the thousands of patients I've shared certain concepts with via my F list in community medicine, in general practice, and really bringing the whole person, heart-centered care and combining it with the disease-based medical model. And this really came from my journey through burnout, actually, which was the shittiest time. It was 12, 13 years ago now, but I wouldn't change it for the world. It was truly my awakening and my blessing, and continuingly, that's not even a word, I've just made that up, to learn, grow, evolve, and share and pass it on. And that's how my F list was developed. And that's a framework which empowers somebody else to really recognize their needs. I think the best way for you to experience what that would feel like is through my brand story, which was created by the insanely talented Devin James Stinson. And he captures working through the F list, I guess, and truly finding yourself. So without further ado, Mr. Producer, may we have the brand story, please?
Follow the light through the storm. And this is not a light that warns, it's a light that forms on the pathway ahead. So you can maneuver around disaster instead of getting stopped by the obstacles. It just takes changing the obstacles. And then the impossible turns to possible. And then the storm lifts. You're no longer adrift. Breathe, focus, you've got this. Ahead you see a figure, a kind soul, and on the inside it feels like you might glow. Your endless cycles of cyclones have been turned to a breeze that just slightly blows. You're adorned with glitter, where you literally feel like a kid again. And this is when you realize how much of your life you've missed. And then you talk more with Dr. Nupi Aurora, who will holistically change your aura, where you and the new you won't be like strangers. No, you'll be like friends. Because this whole process is simply life-changing. So if you're feeling frazzled and you want to find your fizz and dazzle, then book a call with Dr. Nupi Aurora by messaging her right here on LinkedIn.
Oh, I do love that. I really do. It always soothes. Right, without further ado, I'm going to bring my guest on, who this is part 2, actually. I'm really looking forward to this. We're going to have a, no doubt, juicy conversation about God knows what. Let's see. Okay, come on down, Mr. Michael P.
I just don't know what to say. I'm just
What do you mean?
nothing.
I was watching your face. I was watching your face throughout that. Go on.
Yeah.
What?
Nothing. I think it's perfect. It's amazing. You doing all right over there? You're like creating your own little tornado and cyclone over there. What's going on?
Here, me. I'm absolutely friggin' boiling. I'm
Oh,
literally...
you almost hit another F on the F list.
Fuck off. Hi.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for joining me, kind sir.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. So, do we need to introduce who you are?
I don't know. I'm not worried about it.
Okay.
They can't find me on LinkedIn anymore anyway, so who cares?
No, I know. Well,
It's awesome. I love it. It's best thing I've ever done on LinkedIn was disappear from it. It's amazing.
Yeah, I know. So where can people find you now? We're doing this in reverse, basically.
Where can they find me now?
Yeah.
I mean, my phone number, my direct phone number is on my LinkedIn page. It's not really hard. I'm not hard to find.
Yes, but where?
You just got to seek.
Come on. Tell the platform.
I'm on my cell phone. I'm Instagram.
Shall I say? Yeah. I've loved your posts.
Thank you.
I'll stop doing that now. I love your posts on Instagram.
I am really thoroughly enjoying Instagram.
Yes.
I really have fun on Instagram. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Truly.
Good.
It's
I can't remember. Did we talk about your stroke when you last came on? I think we did. Did we?
I have no idea. Probably. Why not? Who knows?
Well, no. I can't remember. I think we did.
When's the last time I was on?
You were on ages ago. This is part 2, right? Come on. What are you feeling? What should we talk about today?
I feel amazing. Life is amazing.
Good.
I mean, my kids are home, but other than that, it's amazing. Like, I mean, the stroke was one of the best things that's ever happened to me. I mean,
I know.
I can't say it enough.
Yeah, you've changed.
Completely different. Yes.
Yeah.
With intent.
I know.
It's a beautiful place to be.
It is. Why are you not on LinkedIn? Raki says. Well,
after 14 or 15 years, I needed a break from it.
Yeah.
It wasn't what it used to be for me.
We got some great people here coming to join us today. I'm just going to say hi very quickly. I don't know why you don't have this on your calendar, Sia. I'm so sorry. We've got Sia, we've got Raki, we've got Stephen Eng. Hi. David Hanson, thank you so much for coming as always. We've got Russ Hedge, obviously. Thank you, everybody who has come to join, and for everybody who's watching on replay as well. Do let me know where you're tuning in from, and I love chatting back. Yes, so it's a great space to be, is what you were saying.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just at peace with everything. I'm not worried about anything anymore.
Good.
That's it. It is what it is. And I'm just living life and enjoying it.
And what do you think's changed?
I had a major stroke. I mean, I don't know. I mean, supposedly those things are supposed to kill you or something, but I don't know. Like, I feel like most people would kill.
Right. I don't mean that.
I know. What's the biggest change in my life today?
Mm-hmm.
I lost all self-expectations. I have turned to tremendous gratitude for waking up every single day.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my baseline to start the day. If I wake up, I open my eyes, then it's the most amazing day I've ever had. And growing forward every day and just evolving and inspiring and guiding others and just living in my happy place.
I love it. That's huge.
Like, nothing impacts me. Nothing. It's amazing.
No. That sounds to me like acceptance, surrender.
Yes.
And trust, which you always have had, in fairness.
On some level. Not like I have now.
But it's that unconditional love, isn't it? That's
right. Now it's unconditional love.
Yeah.
I truly unconditionally love myself in every way, shape, or form.
And that's what it is. That is what it is.
Yes. I am not attached to any situation, circumstance, desire towards myself. I have zero expectations of myself. I just live in flow with every single thing that comes my way, whatever it is. And I unconditionally love myself. There are no conditions to how I love myself.
I love it.
It's amazing. I live in self-forgiveness, and I live in growing forward every single day, the perpetual state of evolving.
I see it. I see it. I feel it in you, and I see it in your eyes. Big time. Which is amazing.
It is. It's really amazing.
And that actually is when you return to that space, truly, and it's not easy at all. It's my formula that I made up myself. So I think you'll love this. I don't know. You won't have seen it, right? You won't have seen it at all because you're not on LinkedIn anymore, of course. So SC, self-care, equals SL, self-love, which equals unconditional love, UL. I should have said that bit first. So when you're turning in and tuning into self, your needs, truly owning them, protecting them, knowing how to rebalance, replenish, and actually keep them in balance, that is self-care. And I always liken this to follow your passions. Your soul knows the way. Follow your heart, and it's going to get you there, which takes courage. It takes to be curious. It takes to stop and be aware. Am I happy? What can I do to change this? Am I the product of this circumstance, or can I change? You can do whatever you want. And that is when you start shifting into, oh my goodness me, just the potential is incredible.
So I like to simplify things. That was a very complicated explanation.
No, it bloody wasn't. I thought, excuse me. Wait, whoa. I thought that was very eloquent, actually.
It was extraordinarily eloquent. I'm much simpler and direct.
Okay, go on then. Let's see your third. Yeah, go on.
A foundation of self-forgiveness is where we build upon self-worth and self-love. Mm-hmm. And as we fill those buckets, our level of self-love increases from self-love to unconditional self-love over time. It's a process. We have to reprogram everything that we've been taught our whole lives.
Yeah,
but it's absolutely all built upon self-forgiveness.
Yes,
and self-awareness opens the door. But without self-compassion, self-understanding, and self-forgiveness, we can't do anything.
Yeah. So without my gangster soul tonic, which is courage, curiosity, I'm going to get it in. Courage, curiosity, care, and compassion with a little trust twist. I basically make a cocktail of trust and time is what I was trying to say there. And that is your tonic to take twice daily, served at room temperature. And then you can shift into the space of your values, your passions, what lights you up? What do you love doing? What are you good at? Oh, and that is how you start becoming aligned. That's my experience anyway. That's what I've learned through burnout. And where have you gone? Oh, there you are.
I had a call come in.
Oh, right, okay. That is my learning, what I've gained from burnout, essentially, and everything else in between. Obviously, that was the start of my journey 12, 13 years ago. And yeah, so it is about self-care and self-forgiveness, as you've said. And I think that's huge. Forgiving, it's the forgiveness.
Self-forgiveness is so important, and we have no idea what that means, because it's not what we're taught. We're taught to resent and hold things against ourselves. We're taught to forgive others.
Beat
But at
yourself
what
up.
point?
Yeah.
But at what point do we forgive ourselves for being in a position for things to happen to us?
Yeah.
I blame myself for everything. I blame myself for the abuse I went through as a child. I always thought it was my fault. And those are things that I built on top of my broken foundation of blame, shames, and guilt. So how could I ever have self-love if that's what I built my foundation on?
Yeah.
So until we're ready to get really honest and really transparent with ourselves and forgive ourselves, nothing else matters. And I've created different ways of getting there.
I think also when you do start reflecting back is also you did what you could at that moment in time based on your circumstances, your beliefs, your perspective of everything at that time. That's not static. It changes. Your own dynamic changes. And that's where the self-awareness, that's where the awareness comes in. It's learning how to, it's remembering actually that, number one, you're past what's happened. I'm not for 1 minute diminishing this for anybody, actually. It doesn't need to define you. It will shape you. It will get you to so far. But what you do in the here and the now, by recognizing how this is making you feel, what are your feelings? What are your emotions? What is coming up? And giving yourself the grace to examine that, that is so incredibly fucking powerful, because it's through changing your perspective, your thoughts, your beliefs. You change that trajectory. That's the step of healing. It's transformational. I could talk about this. I could talk about this. Yeah. And it's always the hardest ones. It's always the shittiest times that you learn the most. It's the ones that you fucking hit rock bottom. I don't know why I'm swearing so much. It's the heat today. Last week, it was the eye. I had a dodgy eye. This week, it's the heat. Anyway.
Sounds like a lot of excuses. How about you just love yourself and let it go?
All right. God, I do love myself. Thank you very much. Yeah, okay.
You don't need an excuse for being you. You're perfect exactly the way you are. Just be you.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. And you're right. I know. Thanks.
Everybody needs to remember every once in a while.
Yeah, that's true. You're absolutely right. Yes.
We want to run to judging ourselves because we don't fit somebody else's expectations, but it's not our job to fit anybody else's expectations ever.
Nope. Do you? That's it. And that's my tagline anyway. Be you with friggin' bells on, which means be your, and this is what I said to my therapist coming at the end of post burnout, is like, oh my gosh, I feel like me again. And I was like, sack that. I'm more than just my old me. I'm me, all singing, all dancing. I'm my boldest, bravest, brightest, most badass self. That's being you with bells on. And that is really stepping in. That's what I would say to patients, I don't accept it, okay. Yeah, I'm feeling better, Dr. Aurora. I'm okay. I don't accept it, okay. I want you to come back in and say to me, you know what? I feel like me with fucking bells on, quite frankly.
Yeah.
Because everybody can actually attain that. That is the whole point. It's how much are you prepared to look inwards, face the shadow shit, embrace it, bring it in. Why are you laughing? What?
That's just setting up a lot of expectations.
Is it? How?
I just want somebody to be exactly who they are at that moment. I don't want them to ever act like they're anything more than that, ever. Because they're perfect exactly the way that they are. They don't need to show up and pretend to be anything or try to attain to be anything other than themselves.
That's true. That's number 10 on my F list, which is fabulous. You are fabulous as you are in the here and the now. But when we're talking about the manifestation within health, when you're not aligned, when you're not seeing that, if you don't know any of this, it manifests in your physical, emotional, psychological, spiritual health.
Mm-hmm.
And it's learning to understand, what is that connection? People are so asleep. The number of patients, for example, who, they come in with physical symptoms, and actually, what's the root cause of it? What is that root cause? I'm not saying I can heal that away. It's what's happened. I can't change the past. We can only go from here. But if you don't know that, you don't know what else you're capable of. That's how I see it.
I get it.
Come on.
It's just creating a lot of pressure that doesn't need to be created ever. The minute that there's an expectation made, then it sets us up for failure and a perception of failure.
Yes.
And then we beat ourselves up without
There should be no expectation. Yeah.
Just be who you are at all times, no matter who you are. No matter if you're happy, sad, good, bad, indifferent, doesn't matter.
Yes.
Doesn't matter. You don't need bells on, you don't need dancing, you don't need singing. You just need to be you. Whoever that is at that moment. Cursing, swearing, sweating your pants off, doesn't really matter. You're just you at all moments.
But you have to accept that. You are. No, it doesn't. Yeah. But it's about showing somebody else how to accept that, because the majority don't. They don't. Right, they judge themselves.
I agree with you that they need to hit a level of acceptance, but I'm not convinced that acceptance means blowing smoke up somebody's butt and saying they need to be singing, dancing, rocking, having fizz, jumping up and down and being excited. If you're not in that space. No. If you are, that's amazing. But you can work towards it.
Yeah, but but that's not what I'm saying. It's being your boldest self. It's not the equivalent to what my boldest self is. It's being in tune and aligned with your heart and soul. You can't compare yourself to anybody else. And one person's fizz pop is not them. That's fine. That's how I express my connection, that's what I feel. But that's not an expectation to be made on somebody else. That wouldn't be right, because everybody's unique in their own, what lights them up, what makes them tick. And it's different for everybody. That's what I think, anyway.
I'm very big on being stuck on words right now.
I know you are. I know that. I can see that.
Because the words and thoughts have power, because
they do.
That's what we believe, and what we believe is what we create, and what we create is our reality.
Yes.
So it all starts with thoughts and words that we use. So I'm very specific and careful about which ones I use and which ones I don't use anymore.
Yeah, I agree.
And today I've learned to live without any expectations of anything upon myself. I have 100% confidence that I am doing the best that I can at every single moment, and it will create the best possible outcome for myself from this moment. That is my faith and conviction. I live in it. I don't question it. I don't doubt it anymore.
It's been a journey to get to that. That's the point.
Yes, it has.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's been a very interesting journey.
Yeah. And that's my point, really. You've done the work. You have gone through what you've gone through.
I do the work every day.
Yeah. But
I write letters every day. I forgive myself every day. I do my energy work every day. I meditate every day. I heal myself every day. I share my experience every day.
Yes, you do. Yeah.
And I live into it in every way possible.
Yeah. And that is clear. Like I said, your eyes are different.
Everything's different.
Yeah.
I'm at peace.
Yes. Yes.
My baseline is peace now. It's not, lacking in any way, shape, or form. I'm just permanently at peace in every way, shape, or form.
Funny
no matter
enough.
What's going on around me.
Yeah. And that is within you. That's within your control. That's the whole thing. Okay, so Sia's asking, can you expand on this journey? What did you do, Michael?
What did I do? Let's see. I was adopted at birth, and my adopted mother abused me from the age of 2 to 14. 2 to 9 was physical abuse. My first near-death experience was at 4. I have had 16 near-death experiences. I drowned twice, house fire once, OD'd 7 times. House fire, what else? We can just keep going on a list, whatever you want to do. And then I had a major stroke about 6 months ago. 3 places in my brain all at once. Best case scenario was 83% chance I was going to be a permanent vegetable. Obviously, I'm not. I'm actually better than I was before it.
Yeah, I can't actually. So Michael basically had gone through this very classical stroke symptoms, and a day later he's messaging me, and I'm like, what the fuck? What the hell, man?
Yeah, the hospital didn't believe me. I walked myself into the hospital 26 hours later because I spent the first 24 hours healing myself and doing meditation and sleeping and listening to frequency healing and healing myself. I went to the hospital. They didn't believe a word I said other than I was partially paralyzed in my face, which Noopy saw, actually. Yeah. And I had a slur, and half of my left side of my body was half paralyzed. Shoulder was droopy, and my foot wasn't moving right. I had no control over it. Within 3 weeks, I was better than I was before it, which Noopy saw and watched firsthand.
Yes.
My doctors.
Sorry to interrupt.
All of my doctors have now cleared me in every single way possible, and they call me the walking miracle because it doesn't make sense to them. They can't figure out why or how it happened.
That's because it's the medical model. That's the problem. Go expand your thinking. And to me, that to me is my natural state. That's exactly what I'm saying and sharing. But that is the power of tuning into yourself, that you can actually
heal everything.
Yeah.
100%. You have to have the utmost amount of faith in yourself and whatever you believe in.
Yeah, and it has to be true. It's true. Yeah. It can't be. If it's not happening, there's a reason. This is what I say through going through the F list, for example. Oh no, I don't really feel much better. Okay, what are you actually doing? Let's examine it. Let's see what those blocks and barriers are and fucking blast them off. Because there's something that's not in alignment here. There's something that's missing. And it's being true to yourself. And it's when you can, and it goes back down to embracing yourself with forgiveness, with love, with compassion, and then you are in this position to build and go forward, which is not easy. That is not an easy thing to do.
So Sia asked me another question. I just don't know where it went. Russ, can you bring the other question back up?
Yeah, it was really good. It said something about the stroke. Oh,
yeah,
hi, Mike.
So basically the stroke happened. I was with my 10-year-old son in the car.
There you go.
He was 10 at the time. Now he's 11. And we were driving down the street, pulling up to a red light, and I looked at him and I said, Thomas, I don't feel right. I've never felt like this before. I have no energy. It's all just draining out of me. And as soon as I stopped at the red light, my eyes rolled to the back of my head and I passed out cold. And as soon as the light turned green, he tapped me on the shoulder. He said, Dad, we got to drive. The light's green. And I woke up, I opened my eyes and I drove home. Apparently that's not normal.
That's so not normal.
I'm not exactly sure how that's supposed to happen. The symptoms were my left side of my body went partially paralyzed, and I started slurring with the left side of my face. It started drooping. As far as any other symptoms, I have no clue. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I literally just went home and just slept and healed myself.
You told me you did that, and then you went home, made sure the kids were sorted.
Mm-hmm. Well, they weren't home for another few hours. Just Thomas was home.
Yeah. But basically, you just took yourself to sleep.
Yeah, I put myself to sleep.
You went into cyber. You basically went into like cyber sleep,
and
allowed.
And I went into healing meditation and brought in the column of light, and I healed myself. I watched myself heal.
What you forgot to say though is when it was happening, or just about that time, you handed it over to Source.
Of course I did. I always hand it over. Handed it over.
I'm just saying.
Every near-death experience I handed over, and I've had a lot of them.
Here we go. Sia's written here. After your life of things happening to you, What did that moment mean to you from taking your life in control?
I don't control my life at all. I don't claim to.
No.
I just give it over. I'm just a living embodiment of a vessel that channels for my belief with the source.
Yeah.
So that's what I call God. I mean, my higher power is source, and I'm just a living vessel for that. I channel for it. I heal through it. I do everything through it.
Yes, you
I'm
do.
just a living embodiment of it.
Yes, you are.
That's all I am. And it's just it's a miniature experience. I mean, it's less than 100 years on a timeline of billions of years.
Yeah.
So to pretend that it's more valuable than that is just silly.
Yeah.
Our only value is the impact that we make while we're here.
Exactly.
And the ripple effect that we can create.
Exactly.
It's not about me. It's about what I bring through during that time.
And you bring so much. What's this? I'm doing great.
I don't know. I'm on my phone, so everything's really small.
Okay,
so
fine. I'll read this out. Oh, where's it gone? Paul. Here we go. I'm doing great. Finished speaking 90 minutes ago. I'm in gratitude because a year ago I was sitting in isolation from COVID, which took me back to one of the darkest times of my life. And now I have my daily practice of gratitude. Yeah. Yeah. Gratitude is
fighting for my kids.
Yeah. Gratitude is that space, isn't it? It is seeing even the tiniest little things and just.
But the key is to build the foundation of self-forgiveness so you can love it, so you can have a true foundation for self-love.
Yeah.
And then gratitude has more of a ripple impact on you until
it's amplified.
Until you have that radiating feeling from your core.
Yes.
From your core that you have absolutely zero resistance towards whatever is coming your way.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing amplifies.
Yes.
Gratitude is important once you have that foundation.
Yep.
Most people skip that foundation because some people are just born with that foundation. I was not.
No, I think you have to. Are people born with it?
I think some are. Not all. I think some are. I think some have the lives to support it. I just didn't. I just wasn't one of them.
Mm.
For me, it was healing everything that I grew through.
Mm. Which makes you who you are.
Yes. Which I'm tremendously grateful for. Every experience has proved to me that I have a 100% success rate up until today.
Yeah. Huh? What? Sorry, I missed that.
What? That I have a 100% success rate up to today?
Yeah.
I'm still here. I'm walking. I'm breathing. I'm still living my purpose.
I get it.
I have a 100% success rate.
Yes.
I can get through. I grow through everything.
Yes. Flourish forwards. Oh. Okay. We can talk about this for ages. Seriously, there's more. There's so much more. I'm looking at the time. I know it's half an hour in. We've got to go. I've got to. Damn.
I don't know how long your shows are. Are they 30 minutes?
30 minutes, pretty much. Yeah.
We have no shot for that. We don't even start talking until about 28 in. So
that's not true. We started talking from the beginning. Did we not?
Yes. There were words being spoken. Yes.
Okay. Go where the energy flows. Yes. Accepting the situation, but not remain a victim. Well, thank you. Oh, hold on. I've got to read this one out. We can't heal what we aren't willing to feel. Yep.
It's a big part of it.
Yeah.
Can't heal what we're not willing to acknowledge.
Yeah. You have to. Hi, Inga.
Hey, it's Ingor.
Hey.
It's Ingor.
Oh. Why are we hilarious?
I'm just me. I'm always me.
I'm just being me.
That's all that it takes.
That's all it is. There you go. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Oh, thanks, Inga. We've got similar taste. We have to do this again.
Definitely. Let's not wait till another life near-death experience. So I'm trying to cut back. I'm trying to cut back on this.
Okay. Okay, fine. Let's schedule for maybe, I don't know, 2-3 weeks.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm here.
Sounds good. Thank you. Don't go anywhere. I shall come and join you in the green room while I wrap up the show.
I'll be there.
Thank you. Wow. I think Inga is referencing to the fact that that's just Michael and I just bantering away. And I always just go, poke. What? No, hold on a sec. This is what I mean. No. Anyway, thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed tonight. I certainly did. And I will definitely be having Michael on again very, very soon. Until then, have an amazing week. And don't forget, you can find me here on LinkedIn every Monday at 8 p.m. GMT, which is 12 noon Pacific Standard Time. And you can get hold of me, direct message me on LinkedIn pretty much. I've got my Calendly link up, and reach out because you're not alone. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next week. Bye.